Renee Paser-Paull, can you please come up?
Yes, you can! I'm yelling that at my car radio because I'm listening to a talk show and a woman calls in and all I can hear from her is a litany of I can'ts. I can't ever have a normal life. I can't ever love anyone. I can't have anyone love me. I can't ever feel safe. I can't. Because I was raped 10 years ago. Not 10 days ago, not 10 months ago, 10 years ago. And I'm yelling at that radio, yes, you can! I know you can, because I have. I know that what happens to you does not define you. What you choose to do about it does. And my thoughts go back to a hot, humid summer night, September 19, 1992. I had gone to sleep very late. My boyfriend didn't want to leave because I was going to be gone for the next 16 days on a trip to Europe. But later, while I was sound asleep at 4 a.m., the light flashed on over my head for just a brief moment, and at that time, I saw a complete stranger who pressed his hand over my face, pushed a knife into my throat, and said to me, "Don't scream or I'll kill you." I did scream, and I fought. It didn't help. I tried to talk him out of doing what I knew he was there to do. And instead of being able to do that, it infuriated him. He flew into a rage and he started stabbing and cutting at me. My stomach, my chest, my arm hurt so bad. And I knew at that moment he was capable of those words he said to me. I knew he could kill me because what he was doing was in the dark. And he didn't care what happened to me. So I started to talk him down. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please stop. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I chose to let him rape me because I chose life. When he finished, thank God, and he left, I slowly got up. I called emergency services. The police came. The ambulance came. I had also called my family and a friend. They came with me to the hospital, and we did all the things that have to be done after a thing like this happens. And while all that was going on, two things kept happening. Two things. I kept saying over and over and over again, like a mantra, I am not going to let this one man ruin my life. I am not going to let this one man ruin my life. You want to know what the other thing was that I said? Could we speed this up, please? Because I have a plane to catch. Like, come on, let's go here. I'm not done packing. And you know what? They speeded it up enough for me to go home, finish packing, because I was determined that I was going to take that trip to Europe. And I did. I got on that plane and I took that trip. And I had a good time while I was there. Not only did I experience fun and enjoyment and wonder, but at the times I went to places like Notre Dame, and at other times, like when I stood on a mountain in Switzerland, I felt like I was starting to get my soul back. And after those 16 days were up, and I landed back in my home, and I was met by my parents and my boyfriend, I had started to heal. And I was ready to go home. Then I got the news. I couldn't go home. Because 2 weeks to the day from when the first attack had happened, my rapist came back. And the police said it wasn't safe to be there anymore. I could barely catch my breath. But he wasn't done yet. In the middle of the night, that night, came a phone call from a neighbor of my house telling me he'd come back yet again. I couldn't believe it. The next day, I went to my house with a couple of friends to gather a few of my things. And as they boarded up the broken window that was there, every pound of every nail going into that wood felt like it was closing a coffin on my life. I couldn't feel safe anymore. My own house was taken away from me. I felt like I had lost control of my life. I felt like I was so powerless and so much was gone. But then I remembered that mantra that I had said over and over again at the hospital. I am not going to let this one man ruin my life. So I took some deep breaths, and I went back to work, and I started roughing volleyball again. I went back to my clubs and my organizations and my volunteer work. I got help from my family and friends. I got counseling. And a couple months later, they caught him. They finally caught him. Escaping from the home of another woman that he had just finished raping. I testified. It was one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. But I knew I had to do it. Not only for my own safety, but to keep him from hurting anybody else the way he already had. He's in jail now for a long, long time. And as I thought about that woman on the talk show, I realized she's in jail too. She's in jail behind bars of her own making. And I ask you, what has happened in your past that is preventing you from living your best now and stopping you from having the brightest future that you can have? As for me, I have another house now, a bigger and a better house. For 14 years, I've been married to the man of my dreams. We have an awesome 11-year-old son. Sometimes I travel the country officiating volleyball. Once a year, I teach creative problem solving to a group of young kids. But mostly, I spend my time helping those who are imprisoned by sexual violence break free. So, please remember, you have the power to choose your path. That what happens to you does not define you. What you choose to do about it does. Choose to soar. Thank you.